yesterday? Yes, no.
Nope, not really.
Well, let's talk about it again.
Well, I'm good.
We gotta get this stuff in
Actually, no, wait, I do remember it.
your
We don't have
brain.
to talk about it again.
Okay, what is that thing?
That is a perpendicular bisector.
Perpendicular bisector.
Today's 25th or the 24th?
25th.
And where do all the perpendicular bisectors meet? It's called the circumcenter. Because if you draw a circumscribed circle, like around there, it's going to be the center of that circle. Or did it do that perfectly? Oh, good work. Okay, anyway. What is this thing called?
Altitude.
Altitude, because it basically tells you the height of the triangle. If you draw an altitude from each vertex, they should hit at 90-degree angles on the opposite side. They meet at the...
Orthocenter.
Yeah, kind of sounds like orthodontist. Were we talking about that yesterday? Why is it called ortho?
Yeah.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello.
Who are you recording for?
Whoever needs it.
Hi, whoever needs it. How are you?
I'm gonna watch this tonight for absolutely no reason other than like the video. Exactly. Trying to get that highest.
Are you keeping my viewer count over 100 or my subscriber count over 100?
You're like 160. Yeah.
Don't they keep throwing the bots off and like
I don't know. I haven't checked in a while.
they unsubscribe bots?
I haven't checked in a while. I don't think. They might.
Okay, so we got a couple of new things today. All right, do you guys know what kind of line this is?
Parallel. An angle bisector.
Angle bisector. How could you tell? All right, how could
Is
you?
that an angle instead of going up? The two angles are.
The two little arc symbols tell you that the angle is being split into two equal. Sarah, it's being split into two equal ones. So if I draw all the angle it's kind of hard to do this perfectly. If I draw all the angle bisectors, yeah,
That was straight.
there, that's pretty good. They meet at one point again, and well, okay, here's the thing about angle bisectors. When I draw the angle bisectors, any point on the angle bisector, say it's B, guess what I know about B? It's going to be, yeah, it's in the middle. It's the same distance to the edge. Now, how do you find the distance? You draw a line that's perpendicular, like straight down. That's the shortest distance is a perpendicular line. Yeah. So what that tells us is that the distance from this point to here is the same as here, and that's the same as here also. So the distance from these points to the edges are the same.
Are you talking about like the thick lines? And you're
No, it's close to the thick line, but
Oh, okay.
this
So
line's
I see
like
what you're saying.
perpendicular. It's a
I
little
see
bit,
what you're saying.
yeah, it's a little bit off. If you draw a different, like an obtuse, it'll be nowhere near the angle bisector. Anyways, yeah, well. That is called the incenter. Because it's called the incenter, there's too many lines in here. Darn it. If I draw an inscribed, yesterday we did a circumscribed. If I draw an inscribed circle, it should be the center of that circle.
What if you did a outside one? It wouldn't?
No. It would be. Well, it's hard to be perfect, but the center of the outside wouldn't be like I did. noticing patterns, basically.
Are we gonna do proofs about this?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, don't ask that question.
Most of the proofs will be in the last chapter that we're gonna do.
So,
Keep it pretty
would you
limited.
use this in architecture?
Could be.
Making pyramids?
Well, architecture does more like room design, like the layout of a room. I don't know how exactly you might use this, probably won't, but it could be in architecture, yes. Okay, and the last thing, there's one more. So these are the two new ones. The angle bisectors meet at the end center. This one goes from the vertex, but instead of straight down, as we did in altitude, it goes to the middle of the opposite side.
So altitude and the perpendicular bisectors kind of mixed.
Kind of, yeah. Yes. So, yeah, it's in the middle. It's called the median. So, you guys know like the median in the highways, like that middle strip down the middle. Median kind of means middle. So, it goes from the vertex to the middle. So, vertex to the middle, vertex to the middle. See if I did this very well. Pretty good. Okay, and those meet, that point they meet at, I don't know how all these, they're called the centroid.
Oh,
Bruh.
it's like the nucleoid.
Yeah, it is difficult to remember all four of these. So, perpendicular bisect, but that's all there are though. There's only four. Perpendicular bisectors,
My brain hurts.
this was from yesterday, meet at the circumcenter. Altitudes meet at the orthocenter. I feel like at this time I should have come up with a good trick to remember these.
There is no good trick.
Maybe you guys can think of one like, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
there's no
Pam.
PBCAO
Well, I would just do
Pam.
PCAOAIMC.
What? That doesn't
I'm
make
seeing,
any
I know, I'm
sense.
seeing.
Perpendicular bisectors for circumcenter. Altitudes for orthocenter. Angle bisectors, there's two A's.
Yeah, and there's also two C's.
In center and median for centroid. Yeah, I don't know.
Because M is for C, and
Pam,
P is for
Pam.
C, and A is for O, and A is for I.
You guys might have to be creative.
Or you could do PAM. PAAM. Perpendicular altitude angle bisector median.
Pam,
Pam.
Pam Quake.
Yeah.
Pam.
Okay, something that we know about, anyway, moving on. Something we know about the centroid is it is 2/3 of the way from the vertex to the opposite side. So
Can you scroll up a tiny bit?
if this whole thing right here was like 6 long, if the median was 6 long, if AC is 6 long, AB is 2/3 of 6, which would come out as like 4, which means BC is 1/3 of it, so that would be like 2. So 2/3 of 6 just means 2/3 times 6. So if you plug that in the calculator, or you do, this,
Oh.
comes out as 4.
How did you get?
Okay. The point B, the centroid, is always 2/3 of the way from the vertex to the opposite side, the middle of the opposite side.
Oh, okay.
So if AC is 6, 2/3 of 6, this would have to be 4, and 1/3 of 6, that would have to be a 2. Anyway, they're gonna ask that like once, but
My brain is like crying right now.
okay.
So
All right.
what's the difference between, like, altitude and the median?
Okay, altitude is a line that you would use to measure the height, which means if you're measuring the height, you'd want to drop it straight down to the opposite side.
Yay, classical.
And so
The median goes to the middle on the opposite side.
And it's not perpendicular. So it won't have
It's
to
not
be triangle.
perpendicular unless it's an equilateral, like isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangles kind of mess, if it's like balanced like this, the median and the perpendicular bisector and the altitude, and the angle bisector, they're all of the above. But most triangles, that's not going to happen. They're not going to trick us like that. Okay, number 1 on that picture
What page are we
to the right, page 217 or so there.
doing? Is that
Which one is the angle bisector? 1A. In that picture, which of those segments is an angle bisector?
C, AC,
No.
YD.
I swear this page.
Okay,
YD.
it is YD. How can you tell it's YD?
Because it's got the two congruent angles.
Okay, because if you look at angle Y up there, angle X, Y, Z, it's got 2 arc symbols showing that those 2 little angles are equal, which means YD is bisecting that angle. So, the angle bisector is YD, or D, segment D1. Okay, which of those lines is the perpendicular bisector? This is from yesterday.
CA.
CA.
Okay,
No, CA is the altitude. No.
it is CA. CA is perpendicular to XY, so that makes it perpendicular. And it's a bisector because A is in the middle. So yes, AC, if you look at point A, there's a 90-degree angle right there. So CA is perpendicular to XY. CA or AC.
My brain's still wired.
Okay, which of those segments is the altitude? Which line could be used to measure the height of the triangle?
XB.
XB. Goes from the vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. Okay, and then the last one is median, so it goes from the vertex to the middle.
ZA.
ZA. So, I think those 4 are easier than the orthocenter, circumcenter stuff because the name is, or their meaning is in the name. Angle bisector means it splits the angle. Perpendicular bisector means 90-degree angles, splits the side. Altitude is like the height of the triangle, and median goes to
Angle
the middle.
bisector is only when it has a name. That it shows the angle. Hang on.
Well, yeah, they have to, it has to split the angle. So they'll either tell you it does or show you it does somehow.
So like on the first, like up here, it doesn't show it, so.
Are you talking about number 2 or?
Well, on the first triangle, it doesn't show, like on.
The only-
Like on X and Z.
Right, yeah. So like XB, we don't know that it's splitting that angle in half. It's not exactly in half anyway. But on YD it is, because the arc symbols. Number 3, so on number 2 it says name the angle bisectors. So they're telling us that those black lines are angle bisectors basically, which the picture kind of tells us that too. They drew in, if you look carefully, they drew in little blue lines. And the reason they drew the like SU, ST, SV, those are blue lines. The reason they drew those in there is because in the angle bisectors, that point S is going to be equidistant to the sides. So SU, ST, and SV are the same length. Okay, the first question on number 3 is where point S is called the what? Yes, you guessed correct. In center. It was angle bisectors met at the incenter. This is the first new thing for today.
So there doesn't have to be a circle B.
You don't have to draw a circle now, but there is a circle in there that it would be the center of. Okay, it's called the incenter because a circle with radius ST is the blank circle. What did I call it when I drew it? I drew the circle inside. I called it inscribed. Just means drawn inside.
So which one the other one?
Circumscribed.
Number 4.
Okay. On number 5, it says SU equals 8, find ST. What do we know about SU and ST? They're the same. Sometimes geometry can be a little easy because even if you don't know the rule, if it looks the same,
No, we have to do algebra.
there's good chains, yeah, and 7. So on 7, it says angle VRS equals blah, blah, blah. Do you guys see angle VRS in the picture?
Yeah.
It's in the bottom right corner. It's the bottom half of the bottom right angle.
They're equal to.
And then it says angle URS. Do you guys see angle URS in the picture?
Yeah.
It's in the top half of the bottom right angle. So what do we know about those two angles?
They're equal.
They're equal because the angle bisector. So we're just going to set that stuff equal to each other.
Wait, I know the measure of angle. Oh, no, never mind. We have to solve it.
All right. Yes, we're going to need to know X to find out the angles. Easton, Mr. Algebra Skills. You know what we're going to do first?
Can make it a negative, we can take out 5.
Take out the 5.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, we can do both, but usually I do the X's first because
Yeah.
makes sense.
I like.
So if you minus 5X on this side,
It'll be.
minus 5X on this side,
And then you have to get the non-x number on the other side, so you add 1. So 3.
okay. 3 is X. It's not our answer. Not our final answer. Final answer. Okay, these kind of represent those two little half angles, right? So if I plug in 3 right here, I get 5 times 3 is 15 plus 5x. So it's 20. So that means like this is 20. But which means that's 20. They're both 20. The question is, what's angle VRU? Which is the big angle. 40. Yeah. So the final answer is 40 degrees. Okay, on number 9, if you look at number 8, it says name the medians, just like number 2 did. It said name the other thing. So number 9, what is the name of point D? Where do medians meet?
Centroid.
Centroid. If you took notes, you got that down. It's too far up there. Centroid. Number 11. Okay, drawings. Just like yesterday. Make an acute, lopsided triangle.
Are we doing 14, 16, 18 together?
Yes. Oh, wait, did I skip 11, didn't I? That's number 13. Whoops. Okay, 11 says BZ. Okay, this is a tricky one.
No, it's not.
BZ is 15. You guys see BZ in the picture?
Yeah.
And the question is, how find BD?
Let me do it.
Okay.
2/3 thing.
Yeah, it's the 2/3 thing. So what's 2/3 of 15 is... It is 10. Some of you might understand 2/3 enough to not have to do a multiplication
Just
problem.
divide by 3 and then times 2.
Yeah. 2/3 of 15 means if you split 15 into 3, what's 2 of those parts?
Yep. Easy dubs.
Anyways, it's 10. You kind of need that trick on 12, but 12 is asking for the short side, so it's only gonna be 1/3 of, anyway. 13, okay, this is what I was trying to do a second ago. We're gonna draw the acute triangle, make it a little bit lopsided. And we're supposed to draw angle bisectors, which means you want to try to split like you imagine this is a mouth and then just like spit it out right in half. It's kind of hard to be neat with this one, I find.
Bruh, that's so ugly.
So easy.
Did you nail it? Okay, the next one is for a right triangle, do the same thing. Unlike yesterday's two things, these should all meet in the triangles. These will all meet the triangles.
And we have to also label the in-center as I.
I don't really care about that.
Wait, why did you put I there?
We're in center.
No, not fast enough.
Alright, this is getting a little bit strong up here.
I don't smell it at all.
It's because I'm standing on top of it. If you left the room and walked back in, you'd smell it.
Oh, I smell it. It smells so good.
It smells like laundry detergent, which is not bad, but
I know,
I
I was
love
like, why
the
does it
smell of
smell like
laundry.
that? I was so
Have you never just gone into your like laundry room and then just like open the laundry detergent just?
no, that's just you.
Bruh.
Okay, 15 is an obtuse. And split the angles. The high school song sounded good, but I couldn't really hear the choir.
Wait, so
That's because they were lip syncing.
No, they were singing, they just didn't have a mic close to them.
Oh, you mean
How come you didn't
mean
do,
the
like-
elementary?
No, the high school and
how come you
middle school.
didn't do the congruent lines on number 14?
Congruent lines?
Yeah, or congruent angles.
What's going on?
Oh,
I know
well.
what it means.
Putting those symbols in there doesn't make it congruent. It's just to show that it's supposed to
So
be.
we don't need to do the symbols.
As long as your picture's not too sloppy, it's okay. I was just showing that they're supposed to be congruent. That's the main point.
Mr. Jordan, do you tutor people for free?
Kind of, yeah.
Do you what?
Not. Yeah. It's
Mr.
like if
Jordan,
you
how
need
much
extra,
do you get paid?
come in after school. Million billion.
Bro, what kind of question is that?
No,
Million.
YouTube.
Million billion.
Bro,
For
it's-
YouTube,
YouTube is
you need like a
$100,000.
million people to get paid something.
Yeah, you need like, I think, wait, someone with like 300,000 subscribers can't make a living off YouTube.
No, I know that, but like, how much you get paid per subscriber? Isn't it like?
No,
I
it
get
works
paid
like that.
zero.
You have to like have a certain amount.
I know.
Like,
And
if you have
to
enough people,
average-
then advertisers will use your channel.
And you have to have a certain amount of average. Like,
You have to have
average a
interesting
certain amount.
content, not bad content.
Yeah. for real.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that is so.
Dude, you can start a gaming
Dude.
channel.
I wouldn't.
Gaming with Mr.
I
Jordan.
wouldn't be an entertaining gamer.
Bro, Mr. Jordan,
Mr. Clap is like bye when you don't.
Mr. Jordan's gaming be like, just dead silent the entire video. All you see is
He
him
proves.
sweating on the
Mr.
button.
Cloud proves.
But she's a star basketball player.
Okay.
She can't be injured.
Whatever.
Unrealistic standards.
Okay,
What?
back to acute. Now we're doing what? Medians. This one I kind of think is the easiest one because Median means what?
The middle.
Middle. So you go from vertex to middle.
Isn't
So-
that pretty much the same thing as the angle bisector? It's just not the angle.
No, they
It's a
do look.
combination.
They do look different. Like for example, on this one, like there's the angle bisector. The median would be like way over here. Anyway, they don't. It is different. Unless you draw like a isosceles triangle, then it's
That's just slanted. Is it supposed to be?
yes. It's supposed to be slanted.
Mine's a little.
Unless you draw an equilateral triangle, it's supposed to be slanted.
I thought it was equilateral.
Well, it's supposed to be leaning over a little bit. I didn't. Mine's not leaning very much, but it's leaning a little bit. It's okay. Technically, that's an acute triangle. Okay, a right triangle.
Mine's a centroid G.
Wait, so what do you put for the? Oh.
I like putting dots.
Mother.
I like putting dots first.
Easton is a sigma. Okay.
What did you say?
Or the ways. Actually, you should just say Easton's so stupid.
That's so crazy.
Easton is so fantastic.
What do y'all want to do when I get into this school?
Yeah, but what musical?
I'm gonna go watch it.
You're gonna go try out this. Did you try it last year?
No, I did crew last year.
Wait, Sky, you're coming up for
I don't
You're
watch
gonna try
it
over this
regardless.
one.
You doing it wouldn't change a
You what, would
thing.
you say?
Can you act?
Yep. And
Wait, how did you know that? She acts like one.
Just because someone can sing doesn't mean they can sing good.
I can say good and act.
Easton, you on Instagram. You hear you.
You're the complete package. All got all the talent. Okay, two's triangle.
I don't know what it is.
Sigma.
Are you joking or are you serious?
Oh, serious. I'm not even going, so it doesn't matter.
You gonna get Issa to try out? She sings all the time.
She's
No,
whatever.
Hey,
She would ruin the music. Everything.
Has she been in one before?
Yeah, it's
she's
like
been in all. 6th grade, 7th grade.
Mary Poppins. would be
Then she was in CMT since she was like in 1st grade.
Yeah. Okay, median, middle.
I never did that stuff.
You were?
Yeah. I was a dancer, not an actor.
I didn't do any of that
Pretty much.
stuff.
Oh, I can dance too. It's so hard being perfect.
Skylar,
I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding.
you're not allowed to tell lies at school.
Wait, if it's hard to be perfect, then you've got the easy life, right?
Oh.
Oh my gosh, Brian.
It's just hard geometry banter.
He says banter.
We're fired.
Old man.
No.
Say old men.
No.
Are you attracted to old men?
Yeah, she's attracted to old men with
Okay,
greasy hair.
number.
Not attracted at all.
You're kind of obsessed with him yourself, you know.
It's because he's
Oh,
hot.
And me and Norman are great.
No, he's not.
What'd you say?
I said me and Norman are a break right now.
Oh, does that mean you like somebody
That's
else
gonna make the
now?
headline, guys.
Where's that
Norman
computer?
and Skylar are on a break.
Are you cheating on him?
They're on a. She's on a maternity.
Wait, who'd you
leave.
say you liked yesterday? Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Not that
Who
much.
is it?
Evan Peters.
Not that
Okay.
Wait, is it another greasy old man?
Is he younger than 50?
Mr. Jordan,
he's
she's on
older.
maternity leave.
Oh no!
I think
She has to be.
Who is Nicolas Cage?
62.
Tom Cruise?
No.
She's
The
on.
foundations of.
I like
You
Tom
wanna see
Cruise.
Octo
He's so hot. I would marry Tom Cruise.
Mr. Jordan.
Even though he's old.
They're taking a
Yeah,
break
he's
because
so
Norman's
old.
on maternity leave.
Okay.
You do realize there's so much Nicolas
God.
movies?
We heard the same joke the same time.
Bro.
I said maternity leave. Skylar.
Number 23
When he was young.
says, shh, guys, is BF equal to DF? Explain.
Yeah.
Consider
Yes,
how
how-
both their angles.
How do we know that BF is?
Because they are by
Okay, because F is on the angle bisector, that's why. Good job. Don't do that.
Anyways,
Yes, because
Actually,
Tom
that's
Cruise
number
was young in
23.
the first Top Gun, and that was his top movie. That movie is ancient.
F is.
Any man.
Don't say that because there's some around here.
That's crazy.
I was
What?
I'm just kidding.
What'd you say, Skylar?
68 or something like that.
Well, Skylar, the good news is whoever you marry, you'll still be attracted to them when they're old.
Has to be retired.
Honestly.
You say retired or retarded? Like,
That was blatant.
My new man is Andrew Lincoln.
I don't know who that
See
is.
what?
Rick Grimes.
Okay, every time we hear a new name, we have to learn a new person.
Okay.
Nobody does that.
On 24, I'm going to help you with that too. Are C, F, and G collinear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, explain.
Because I see something.
Okay, G has to be on the angle bisector because. Okay, collinear, you guys remember what that means?
They're on the same
They're on the
line.
same line. G also has to be on the angle bisector because
AG and GE are congruent.
it's equidistant from the sides. Or you could say that too, that's fine.
Wait, what's the. What?
This is 24. It's yes. G is also has to be on the angle bisector because it's equidistant from the sides. I'm going to say G is also on
Skylar, I think I know your new crush.
It's still normal, guys. There's no break.
Santa?
That's what they always say, man. Is your thing.
Has my hair.
It starts with the break and then it breaks off. And then, like,
That's right.
can't really control that.
They're like we're living apart and then
So suddenly she
it
has
just
a new
never gets
boyfriend.
back together.
She's moving off somewhere. Down the line 5 years.
They're like,
ago,
oh, I
she
like
had a
life.
boyfriend.
No, okay, anyway. 25. Angle ace. I really don't want to draw this picture, it's too much. You're going to draw a fast forward version.
Well, we have to do it to do me.
You don't have to do it. Where do you have to do it?
More work.
No one said it had to be perfect, so.
Okay,
Do you want to do more work?
it says find angle ace, and the thing it tells us, no, it gives us angle ace. Never mind. Okay, if angle ACE is 70, what do I know? If angle ACE is 70, what do I know?
Angles
CE
AC,
is something.
ACF is 35. And FC
Okay,
is
yeah, this would be half of 70, so these are 35s, and I think it's asking for this angle right here. So how can we find
CFD.
CFD? Or is the D down there?
D's down there.
Okay, so how do we find one of these angles then?
That's 90, so it's 90 plus 35.
They
and
have
that
to
minus-
equal 100.
We have to add up to 180, so we got 35, 90,
125, then you subtract
180 minus 125,
55. Big brain moves.
I forgot what it was, 180 minus 125?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's 55. 27, angle AGE. Okay, remember earlier how we said G is going to be on the angle bisector?
Yeah.
So even though they didn't draw it, and it didn't quite work right, we can, darn it, Okay, even though they did not draw G, or the line out to G, it does go out to G. So,
It's the same angle as,
it says angle age is 130. Okay, that's all the way from there to there is 130, angle AGE. Alright, we know these two large triangles are congruent. Do you know how I know that?
Because that one, they're the
Uh,
parallel.
I could use angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. But anyway, if these two triangles are congruent, what's each of these little angles have to be right here?
half.
Half of 130,
65.
65, and 65. Okay, what are they actually asking for though?
ACF.
ACF. So that would be one of these little guys. Alright, you guys see how we can find this thing?
180 minus 65, 90.
What?
Okay, you can just look at this big triangle. This is 65. You could say this is 65. That is true. But 180 minus
It's 30.
those two. 90 plus 65 is 155. So 180.
It's
29.
not.